All right, good afternoon and welcome to our groundbreaking ceremony for the Killeen Fire Department's 9th fire station, EOC, support services building, and our training academy classrooms. This is truly a landmark occasion, and I'll get more into why that is and what it took to get there just a little bit later with some of my comments. There are a lot of people here. I wouldn't even begin to start because I'd forget somebody, so I don't want to forget somebody. I just want to say thank you for all of our dignitaries. We have representatives from our state senate office. We have our sheriff's department, all of our county government offices, not just the city. So this is overwhelming. Did not expect this whatsoever. So just thank you to our mayor, our city council, our city manager, assistant city manager, my administrative staff. Again, I'll talk about them in just a little bit. But just thank you to everybody who took time out to drive out of their busy days to be part of this momentous occasion. And with that, let's get this groundbreaking underway. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our mayor, Mayor Debbie Nash King, to share a few words with all of you.
Good afternoon and welcome to our City of Killeen leaders and staff, our city council members joining us today, and our community members and leaders in attendance. Will all of the City of Killeen council members please stand up along with Mr. Cagle and our assistant city manager. Please stand up and give them a round of applause, because without their support, this would not be happening today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As we gather here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of our new fire station emergency operations center, we mark a significant milestone in our city's journey toward resilience and preparedness. This facility points to our city's commitment to safeguarding our citizens and enhancing public safety services. With this groundbreaking, we are laying the foundation for a stronger, more resilient community, one that is equipped to face any challenge with efficiency and effectiveness. The fire department touched many facets of our society. There is no doubt this new station and center will be a crucial and play a crucial part in the City of Killeen growth in our 2040 comprehensive plan. Together, let us look forward to the completion of this project, knowing that Chief Kubinski at the helm will take us to the beacon of safety and security for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your comments and words. And now I'm going to turn it over to our city manager, Mr. Kent Cagle, who's going to share a few words with all of you.
Wow, great crowd. Thanks for everybody coming out. And groundbreakings are fun, and ribbon cuttings are even more fun. But the thing we got to remember is the real cost and the real work is keeping all these buildings maintained and staffed. That's where the real money is. And we've been working hard for a couple of years to be ready. If we don't get a federal grant to staff it for the first year, we're gonna be ready to do what we have to do to staff it. And that hasn't been easy. And the last thing I'll leave you with is we're doing all of this without any debt. We started with the fire station with a couple of years of budget savings, and then ARPA came along and we added that where we could to the EOC. And so all of this is done without debt, and it took a lot of planning and a lot of folks that are here on the front row all the way back that were involved. And I just want to thank everybody. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Cagle. So what did it take to get here? If anybody asks, especially Chief Lopez, it was us sitting on recliners coming up with crazy ideas, right, Chief? Where you at? Chief Lopez, where you at? Oh, there he is. Chief Gearhart, right? Exactly. No, we know, and if you can't make fun of yourself, what can you do, right? We know it takes much more than just coming up with an idea. It takes a team. As I thought about what was I going to share with everybody here today, it's the fact that just to get to this point, and we're not done yet, it took a team. Apologize. took a team to get here. And what does that team look like? It starts with an idea. You got to have an idea, and you have to have courage to be able to say, this is what we need. This is what the city needs. This is what the citizens need to be able to provide the best possible service to our citizens. And what did we need? We needed an EOC. We know we need a fire station right here in this very location, because this is an area where we had to admit, after having a master plan done, that we were lacking. And sometimes admitting your weaknesses is okay. Actually, most of the times it is. And admitting the weakness that we were missing the mark with our response times was an important piece to getting to where we are today, which is the fact that we don't get to this area in our response times more than 90% of the times within 6 minutes or less. And it's okay sometimes to admit that we're missing the mark, because this is what comes to it, what comes out of it. Secondly, it's our team. And that team is all the way from my chief officers, Assistant Chief James Chisholm, Assistant Chief Keith Fox, Deputy Chief Joel Sechrist, James Chambers, Doug Foster. That's my team, and I'm very proud of my team. And when I come in and come up with an idea, the first thing they do is say, oh man, oh no, how am I going to get more time in the day? But they have been instrumental as we've talked about what are the needs. And this crazy concept came out of it. Who would have thought to build a fire station with an EOC and a training academy, and then put a support services building behind it as well, and eventually get a training tower with it? Holy moly, who would have thought that? And then to network and talk to architects out there and say, is this a crazy idea? And they said, no, it's not. Let's give it a shot. Let's try. And we come up with this concept. And then we talk about our city council team to share with them the ideas and for them to support it. And of course, as Mr. Cagle said, our city manager and our finance director. Got to make sure the finance director's happy. Can't do anything without the money, right? But to be able to do that without debt, I talked to my peers around the fire service, and they're still amazed that we've been able to do that without any debt. So we're very proud of this moment. It's very humbling, to say the least. And then last, and especially not least, the firefighters. They deserve this. These guys and gals show up every day, 24/7, 365. They show up to the calls. They show up to make sure the fire trucks run. They show up to make sure our firefighters are trained to be able to respond to those calls. They show up to make sure our firefighters have uniforms. The oils are changed. The tires have air in them. And that's our support services division, the academy instructors. They show up on the weekends to share the graduations. And then we have our operations personnel that the second you call, they're out the door. And sometimes I can tell you it's before those tones even go off from our dispatch center. So I have to tell you that I am extremely proud of these men and women. And I just would ask that you'd give them another big round of applause. So this is a very proud moment for the city of Killeen and the Killeen Fire Department especially, that we're going to get to break the ground here today on our 24,000 square foot for one building and 18,000 square foot for the other building. So a total of 42,000 square foot project that will be completed sometime in the third quarter of next year. And that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. MW Builders, where is my team at here? They're all the way in the back there. I verify this because as we've been working on this over the last 2 years, I had it set in my mind, and I told them just before we started this, 18 months was the typical build time. All the construction estimates, 18 months. And then we all of a sudden are like, yep, we're probably looking about 14 to 16 months. So that shows their commitment to make sure that we get the best possible product in an acceptable amount of time. And so I applaud MW Architects or MW Builders as well. And then Martinez Architects, who's worked with us on this great building. This is a team. Last but not least, Andrew Zagers. All right. And Yule, Eroy, where's Yule? All right. Yule is going to be the project manager for this over with the city. And then Andrew's been working on this since the inception. And that's the team. It doesn't just happen because the fire chief said so. This is the entire team that has put this together, and I'm missing a lot of people. I know I am, and I am sorry, but just know that this team is committed to providing the best product to the citizens of Killeen so that we can continue to be the best firefighters that we can be. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here today. And now for a special presentation from the Killeen Chamber of Commerce, Rebecca Moon. Where are you at? Rebecca and, is it going to be Rebecca and Larry or just Rebecca? Just Rebecca.
Chief, don't go far.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
One of the things we like to do at the chamber is to provide a yellow rose when we have a monumental business and something that's happening. So the yellow rose represents growth in our community. You guys are showing us that. You're doing a fantastic job, and we are so proud. Thank you very much.
And growth it will be. One of the points I forgot to talk about is the growth that this station will see. It's going to be 24 additional personnel. That's going to allow us to staff 1 additional suppression unit and 1 additional paramedic ambulance. We're not sure what units are going to go in the station. We're going to contact the insurance services offices, ISO. They're going to do an evaluation for us and tell us what apparatus that we have currently in addition to what we're going to place. So we purchased an engine and an ambulance. We're not necessarily going to put that engine and ambulance in this station. We're going to ask the experts, ISO, to tell us what is best for the city. Rather than us trying to tell us what the best is, we're going to ask ISO to say, where should we best deploy our resources to provide that best service? So we don't know yet. Once that comes out, we'll definitely share that with the city council and city manager and present that to all of our citizens as well. So last but not least, Assistant Chief Keith Fox to share some comments with all of you.
Good afternoon, and thank you everybody for coming out. We appreciate everyone who's been an integral part of this event, this process. As Chief said, 2 years. You know, there's not much I can say that hasn't already been said. So I'll quote Ben Franklin. He said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." So as we look to the future, we appreciate everyone's help, appreciate everyone's support. We'd like to invite you up for the real fun part, actually breaking ground.
On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold it and smile. Oh yeah, dump it over. Nice.